I don't blame you guys, right? After looking at that thumbnail, I'd be here too, right? So today, I'm finna show you guys just how easy it is to make. Listen, this is the Salisbury steak, but check this out. We're gonna do a mushroom and onion gravy that's gonna be over the top. With that being said, let's go over these ingredients and then let's get to cooking. All right, like always, right? You see my ingredients I have right here. Notice I kept a little space right here. So everything over here, this is gonna be for my gravy, right? So we're gonna have all of that. I keep it separate. It's just best to measure out your ingredients so that you can have them at the ready. So when you need them, they're ready to just dump in, right? And then everything you see over here on this side is gonna be for our patties, right? Super simple. And this right here is gonna be the thing that's gonna get them. This is my new steak and burger rub. This right here with this ground beef, and this ground beef I'm using back here, this is 80/20, folks. Now, don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website, which is Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Okay, so really just about all of the prep work that we really gotta do is we gotta form some patties, right? But then we gotta just take our onion and we're gonna cut this down, right? So what I'm gonna do is now, I like to use the circles. So I just cut this down like this, just till I get to about halfway. And this would be what I put in, you know, on top of my gravy, right? So if I take them and I just, you know, push them in like this, like an accordion, I'm a little thick, but it's no problem. All this is gonna render down in there. You know what I mean? And I like to just have them this way. Now, if you guys wanna cut the slivers, you guys can do that too. What is that called? Julienne, if that's what you wanna do, you know, but I'm gonna do mine like this. Maybe I'm gonna get one more. And then the rest of it, because this was a large onion, right? So now I'll just take this down. And that'll be enough right there. And what we'll do is we'll just dice down the rest. Now you guys do it whichever way you guys, you know, that's, you know, comfortable for yourself, right? All right, so now that I got everything cut down, I got this for my gravy. We got this that's gonna go inside of our patties, right? So what I'm gonna do is, this is about 1.5 pounds of meat. Even if it's a little bit more, that's okay. Now, if you guys notice anything, look, you got ground beef, you start talking about breadcrumbs, egg, milk, W sauce, and things like that. What does that remind you of? It should tell you right off the back that it should give you the reminder that you're making a meatloaf, right? Same concept, right? I only put a little bit of this in here, about half of it, about a handful of that, and I just work it in there, and then I'll decide, you know, how much I want to put in, right? So bring this over here. We do use an egg. Let me get my spatula. Go ahead and get this little Dijon in here. Now, I already gave you guys a heads up. We already started thinking about, you know, meatloaf, right? So you know what I'm gonna say next. That is, do not overwork this meat that you put in here, right? Now, this is where I like to do. Sometimes they call for that. It's the fact that we get in here and we work with our hand, right? I can tell you it's gonna need a little bit more onion than that. All right, so now just get in here and we work it like this. I don't know if I said it already, but that's 80/20. I mostly cook with 80/20. You know what I mean? That right there is the way to go. It leaves it with enough fat, 20% fat content, and that's where we get that flavor from, folks. Right? Now, this right here, you guys see it? Steak and burger rub. This is really, really key for this right here. Now, if you guys don't want to have this already, this is actually like a new product of mine. I put this in here so that this will give it that. I can't really explain it, but it gives it that ooh, man, you gotta have it though. It's moving off of the shelf right now. You know what I mean? So I just wanna make sure I got it, you know, incorporated in here so that every bite that you guys taste, you know what I mean? Every bite, you know, has that flavor in it. It's almost as if anytime you're doing anything with ground beef, this steak and burger rub is the way to go. Hey, super good on, you know, just straight burgers also, even on the steak. But for something like this, it's automatic, right? So I'm just folding it in. I'm not really mashing it in there. Notice I keep my fingers, you know, open so that it just spreads through. I'm not really mashing it. I can actually see the seasoning in here. Oh yeah. If you see what I mean, look, I hope the camera's picking it up, right? And again, I can see that it's not too much onion. You know what I mean? I'm actually gonna get all of this onion in here though. All right, so now I took my glove off, and what I wanna do is I wanna always put some fresh black cracked pepper on here, right? Now, I'm just showing you guys this. If you guys pick this up right here. That's why I'm not adding no salt. This right here is like, you know, a perfect blend along with everything else that we use. And don't forget, everything is on my website, smokinandgrillinwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now, let me just work this in a little bit. Still got it in the back of my mind. I don't want to just like overwork it. I don't want it to be too dense. And this is really about enough right here, right? Now, we'll leave that on. I'll put this over here. Now we're getting ready to set everything up and go ahead and start to make our, all right, so now what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and start to form my patties, right? I can see a little bit of onion in here. I'm gonna make them just into the balls. Now what we wanna do is we want them to be about the same size, right? I can put that there. I see, take a little bit off of this. The reason I'm making them all the same size, so that when I put them in the pan, right? We wanna make sure that they cook evenly and they all ready about the same time, right? Now I could take one of these and I feel like that one a little smaller, but that's close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and just make 4 of these for right now so I can get to, get started, all right? So let me go ahead and make the rest of these. And then here's a little bit of a pro tip too. If you guys are using your hands and you don't have any gloves, go ahead and just wet your hands, or you can use some extra virgin olive oil. Whatever cooking oil you have that you're gonna be using, you can go ahead and put that on your hand, and it'll keep, your patties from sticking on your, to your hands. All right, so I went ahead and pressed these two. I'm gonna go ahead and just set this right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other ones. I'll do those on camera, just so you guys can see it. What I'm doing is just making sure that they flat. We're getting maximum contact, on the surface, right? So I just take it. You want them to be about the same thickness. I kind of like pat the edges like this, just like we doing if we was making a hamburger patty, right? I can see the seasoning in here. Oh yeah. Then we got one more. Now that I got all 4 of them in here, what we want to do is we want to cook them. We want to get a nice little char on the bottom side. Not too much, and then we flip them over just like we would do. We just want to make sure that they at least 80%, I would say 80-85%, cooked through. And the reason I'm saying that is because we're gonna put them back in the gravy and we're gonna let everything, sort of finish up, right? But right now we're just gonna let them sit here. We're gonna let them cook. I'm gonna look at the edges and I'm gonna see how it comes up, and then we'll make our flip. All right, now flip these. I just want to show you, just so you guys can see the whole process. Then we'll flip that one over just like that. Now we let these cook. Now what I'm doing is I'm pushing them back towards the center a little bit. Don't forget, this is the cooktop. I got a gas fire underneath, right? And so this is really concentrated in the middle. So we got that there. Now we'll let these continue to cook. What you're gonna need to get yourself is one of these pans and get yourself a cooling rack. I'm gonna take these, I'm gonna put these on there, and we'll just stage them there, right? Meanwhile, we'll use the flavor that's in here. Better than me talking about it? Let's talk about it as I show you. I'll be right back. All right, so I always use a meat thermometer just to, double check everything that I'm doing, right? So this right here is 155, 56. Let me see, this one over here, a little bit smaller. This is 171, 72. We're gonna take that one off. They're all different sizes, really. We try to get them as close as we can. This is 167. And this one over here is 159. It really depends on where we have them positioned, right? So I'm gonna go in here and we'll just take this one off. We'll leave that one on because that's the one that says it needs to stay on a little longer. We put them right here. Look at that right there. Now, I hope you guys went ahead and made some mashed potatoes because I did. We finna go ahead and eat. Now, I'm gonna just stick this right here. We're gonna let this reach at least 162. Then I'll take it out because like I said, we're gonna finish this up in just a minute. There we go, it's moving. All right, so you see we got a lot of fine left in here, and I went ahead and discarded a little bit of the grease and oil that we had in here, just a little bit. Want to keep just a little bit, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan, right? Now, we already had our butter. I'm gonna add my butter to it. What we want to do now is just go ahead and melt this. All right, so as melting, we're almost done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add my onions. Now here you want to get yourself a spatula, folks. Move this around. You want your onions to be infused with actually you want your onion to release its flavor into the butter, right? But I like to see all of it nice and glistening. Lets me know that it's all been coated. I got a medium flame under here. Well, actually it's a low flame, just so I would melt. Now that I add that in here, I'm gonna step up my heat, and let's go with a medium flame. All right, next, we're gonna take the mushrooms. I'm just gonna add About that much. It's up to you guys. Oh, let me just say this part too. Completely optional, folks. For those of you guys that say you don't do mushrooms, if you're not allergic to them, I please advise you to try them. A lot of people say they don't like mushrooms because they're looking at them, you know, but trust me, mushrooms, they do it. I even like mushrooms in my spaghetti. Y'all let me know down in the comment section below how many of y'all like mushrooms and how many don't. All right, so you see how these are rendering down? Real nice. I know some of y'all was worried about the size of the mushrooms, you know what I'm saying, but you keep it, look at that. Ew, oh, one more thing. I did add another tablespoon of butter to it just to get it, you know, to help it along its way, right? So now I'm gonna take my garlic cloves, I'm using my press, we finna put a smile on my face, and then if you guys pay attention, look at what I'm doing. I'm taking my minced garlic and I'm putting it on top. I'm not letting it hit the heat right now, right? For one, I'm talking, I'm teaching, right? So this gives me a little bit of time for this to, you know, stay on top without me burning, you know what I mean? Without me burning my minced garlic, right? So we just put it right there. I take something hard, you can use the back of a knife, spatula, whatever. We get it like that. Now, this is when you're gonna know you got garlic in here. Watch this. I don't know why I said watch it, because you guys can't really smell it. As soon as the garlic gets hot, you know what I mean? It gives it an aromatic, the aromatic that kicks back off of it. You know, the aroma. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, look at that. Now just imagine this, folks, I'm finna turn this into a gravy. You see this? This is where all of the flavor's at. Ah, yeah. Now this only takes just a little bit, you know what I mean? If you still at that medium flame underneath with the garlic and all of this going, I'm gonna say we're just gonna go for about 1 minute. After that, we're gonna add the rest of our seasoning. Actually, I'm gonna add my flour. And then once I got it all in there, then I'll add it all, the rest of everything else, like the W sauce. Saying it that way, let's add W sauce. Right? We got a little bit of this Dijon. Let's get that going. Whew, that smells so good. That mustard, it gives you like a little sweet, deep tone to it, right? Okay, now you see that right there? Look at them onions. Who's the one that said in the bottom down there in that comment section that said they don't like the onions? Come on, folks. You just wanted a plain gravy? Can't do it. You see all of this? Now, still at that medium flame. Now we finna sop a little bit of this up. This is gonna be our thickening agent too, but we gotta cook that flour taste out, right? So we add our flour, get in here like this, and now we move it around. Oh yeah. Now I'll do this for about at least 2 minutes. Reason being, I wanna make sure that we cook that flour taste out. And we wanna infuse it with everything that was in this, you know, pan. So you see how thick it is? See, we don't see all of the butter, all of that goodness. You know, you just don't see it like that. You see a little bit of it, see it? So I move it back. But right now, we just cooking that flour taste out. Now I'm gonna make sure I got maximum contact, right? We're gonna go about 1 minute more. Then we're getting ready to add that beef broth. Now that we done cooked this down a little bit more and cook that flour taste out, now we'll go ahead and introduce, you know, that beef broth. Now with that flour and all of that, that's gonna help thicken this up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and raise my fire up to high. I already turned it up. And then we just keep, you know, whisking this in, but with a spatula. Sure we'll, huh? Here we go. Now what you want to do is have this come up to a boil, and then I reduce it down to a medium heat to get like a little bit of a high simmer. All right, so now that we done let this simmer a little bit, you can see it started to thicken up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and reintroduce our patties to it. Now if you guys want it to be thicker, you guys can, you know, make it, get yourself a little bit of a slurry. You know what I mean? Maybe a tablespoon of cornstarch, tablespoon of water, cold water that is, and then add it to it. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't think we need that. Just gonna put this in here like that. And now you understand when I told you earlier, like even if it wasn't all the way cooked, no worries, because we finna finish it this way. Now, probably something I should have said is talking about our tools, right? When we talk about our tools, that means we got a pan here, and then I got a top. The top gonna help it steam and do all of that also. Now, I'm just gonna add this on top of here, keep it nice and moist. Look at these onions, all of this. This is a lot of goodness, folks. Oh yeah. Now I'll put a top on this and I'm gonna let this simmer for about 6 minutes. And after that, then I'm gonna cut them and then we're gonna go ahead and eat them, folks. All right, so here we go. You guys get a chance to see them. You know what I mean? Ooh, my goodness. You know what I mean? Gravy just right. I got some roasted, garlic, mashed potatoes over here. Oh, man. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I first opened this up, I went ahead and got me a little bit of, mushroom. Everything on this right here is right. Now, if you guys come on in here, let's go ahead and just plate this up. Right, so I'm gonna take this. I'll put a couple of them on here. Right, let's go ahead and get one more. This one right here. Oh. And I know what y'all thinking right now. You're like, I know he about to pick up some of that gravy. Yes, sir. Okay, folks, look, I done already, took pictures of it. Obviously, that's why you guys are here. You know what I mean? But look, I went in and put 2 patties, got it on top of this. I really don't want to overtalk this. It's time to eat. But if you want to make something like this, think about this. If you like meatloaf, you're going to love Salisbury Steak. Because there's always somebody that says, you know what, I never really had that, AB. And you don't need no knife or nothing like that. These are nice and soft. Oh, my goodness. Let's make sure we get a mushroom. You see that right there? Come on in here and look at this. You see that? Ah, yeah. And that's how you eat that. Cheers, y'all. Now, you know I'm finna hurry up, folks. This right here, if this ain't comfort food 101, I don't know what is. I guess I ain't got all that energy, for it. Because listen, when you do these dark gravies like this, there's a whole lot of flavor. We infuse it with the onion, the garlic, And don't forget, we did our patties with this right here. Now this, I got it. You guys got to try this. You know what I mean? For those of you guys that already have it, when you get a chance to use it, come back and talk to me, especially if you're going to use it with this right here. This right here is your level up. This is on my website. Don't forget, that's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. All you got to do is when you go there, look up at the top, hit the shop, and everything that I have, that I use, is available there. And don't forget, you guys can always find anything that's relevant at the #1 comment. I like to pin that. But as far as this go right here, if I say 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give this a 9.5. Only reason I'm gonna give it a 10 because I made it. I don't want you guys to say, hey, he just throwing out these 10s. Super easy to make, huge on flavor, and I promise you guys, when you taste it, you will come back and talk to me. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. I'm sorry, man. It's like I'm choking back. You know what I mean? Because I got to get back in here. Oh, and guess what, folks? I got some of that fire water. Ooh-wee. I'm out. Peace.